What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crazy Juicy Love YouTube channel. Yes, I did turn the what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Jimmy Allen, your loving relationship coach. Happy holidays. So one of the things I want to talk about is, being single and navigating through being lonely and depressed during the holiday season. So, I just, it is a time to reverence who you are. And it is a time to really appreciate who you are and the fact that you're not in a relationship that doesn't serve you. Like, so many people are in a relationship that doesn't serve them, that they're, pretending to be in a relationship. They're posting the perfect picture, they're sending the perfect video, they're taking their family, they're taking their partner home to their family and pretending that they're in a loving relationship when actually they're lonely inside. Oh, no. That is not for you. So let's learn how to be happy and single during the holiday. So what's up? One of the things too is just reconciling with yourself, like really doing some personal work to really healing yourself. Like, during the holidays time is actually a time for loving yourself. Like really spreading love and joy, like really connecting to what is love, what is joy, what brings me love, what brings me joy, and do I even recognize it in other people? Like most of us don't even recognize it in nature. Like there's a podcast with Eckhart Tolle and Oprah and on the New Earth, and he talks about like learning not to label things and really to connect with the flowers, the trees, to reverence like love, like to be connected, to be with someone. And when we can be with nature without naming and labeling and saying it's pretty, it's that, it's this, then we can really be with someone. So like learning to be with someone without labeling things, like without labeling yourself in a way that's going to put you down. Like, I'm a loser, I can't retain a relationship, that I'm not meant for a relationship. Like people say those things. Like, I remember I had a friend of mine said she is damaged goods and she doesn't deserve a relationship. So I was like, wow, like if I think of myself as damaged goods, then I think of myself as a person that is damaged goods. I have no opportunity to be or allow myself to be in a relationship or allow myself to love to the fullest, allow myself to like be vulnerable. Like learning to be with people is such a skill. Like learning to be with nature, learning to be with yourself is a beautiful thing. And another thing you can do this holiday season is learning to make amends with yourself. Now, I cannot stress this over and over and over again. Making amends with yourself is just so critical. Like, it is self-healing, knowing your worth, knowing that you have moved beyond your circumstances. It's knowing that you are strong, that you are brave, that you're vulnerable, not like you're incapable, not like you can't maintain a relationship, but making amends with yourself is so critical for you to move on. That you're making a commitment to yourself to not bring the past into the new relationship or any other relationship. Like making amends is so critical for each and every single person. And if you are in a relationship and you're listening to this right now, making amends with yourself and then to your partner, to say, I'm forgiving myself for bringing my past to this relationship. Like, for instance, like one of my best friends, I helped them out with their marriage, and they were going through a critical time. Like this summer, 2019, she was going to declare divorce. And I was just like, you know what? No, not on my watch. I'm going to intervene in this marriage, not knowing what I was going to get. But I was just like, there is love. And they didn't have anyone in their life, in their friends and family, to see that they could actually succeed but me. And I remember, calling my best friend. I said, listen, dude, like, I'm going to intervene in your marriage. I don't care if you don't like it. Like, I'm requesting that you read this book called Calling in the One, and I'm going to be your coach. So he did the work, and he changed. And then their marriage changed. And I coached him, like, who are you committed to being for that relationship? And he started to shift. He started to apply his actions, so he was going to be in a way of being. Human beings, we are being something in a relationship. So I started to implement these things in his brain so he could start to shift and create actions towards him being in his relationship, to create the relationship he wanted. And it didn't matter what she did, as long as he was committed to being that for that relationship. Lo and behold, she called off the divorce. Then she came to New York, and then she was very afraid because he made these dramatic changes. He thought himself to be a man he wanted to be. He was caring. He was supportive. He was listening because I was teaching him. So I was teaching him so many things, so many tools that he was learning, like really cultivating it. It was really helpful for me because, like I said to you before, I'm also cultivating that healthy relationship. It was my vulnerability, my gift to him to be that for him in a relationship. Like I had his back, and that's something that I wanted in a relationship. Like I want someone to have my back, but I can't be a demand for somebody to have my back if I don't have my own back, and if I don't have my friend's back. So it was an opportunity for me to implement that in my other relationship with my best friend, like having their back, like fighting for their marriage, and their marriage is thriving. So, and I told her the same thing I told you guys: make amends with yourself and stop punishing him for something that somebody else did or something that he did in the past that is not even happening. Ladies, a lot of you guys are punishing men for things they have done in the past that has no relevance now because you're afraid it's going to happen again. And if you are in that place that you're afraid it's going to happen again, he has no chance with you. Absolutely no chance. Amends, forgiveness. To make amends with yourself, dealing with your loneliness and depression during this holiday season. Another thing that you can do is actually mirror work. Now, this is something that was very critical for me when I first moved to New York. I was such a mess. At one point, I was depressed, I was working, and I went home. Work, went home, barely had any money, wouldn't answer my phone for my family, friends, and I was this really deep, dark, heavy feeling that I just did not want to get out of bed. And it went on for 3 months. I had no idea. My best friend, luckily he would call me every day. He would text me every day. I didn't answer his phone, and I'm so glad he forgave me. I didn't answer his calls, and I remember I had forgotten my way. And I remember, The Secret was very big at the time. I remember watching The Secret. I was just laying in this tiny ass little room on my little futon, and I was watching The Secret, and she was like, I didn't want to surround myself with anything negative. I wanted to surround myself with all positive things. I didn't want to dwell in the negativity. And that was like, it's like, oh my God, that's it. I'm dwelling in the negativity and the depression and the I don't have this, I don't have that emotion. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it really blew my mind. And I remember pausing the movie, getting up and going to the bathroom, looking in the mirror and saying to myself, I forgive you. This will never happen to you again. You deserve abundance, you deserve freedom, and be vulnerable. In that moment, I sent an email to my mother, actually a text message to my mother, and I said, hey mom, I'm struggling. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay the rent next month. And she called me and she said, I'm gonna deposit $2,000 in your bank account the next day. And it really jolted me. I'm so grateful for that moment, that I was being vulnerable, that I asked for help, that although it can be perceived as weak, but I got through it. I prevailed. I'm here right now, talking to you right now, in this moment right now, to share this with you. Like, being vulnerable and sharing what you're going through is really key to get through the holidays. And that leads to my next thing, like really sharing with the people you trust what you're really going through. Like, you're really suffering from depression, like really evaluate who can I really share this with right now. And I'm so lucky that I have, not only that I have, but I've surrounded myself with people that I can really count on, trust. And now that I've really worked on my family, that I can tell them that, yeah, I've been depressed this year. Yeah, I've been in bed, like, don't want to get up, don't want to wake up. And like, oh my God, like, and the more I talk about it, the more relief I have, and finally getting back to being happy, to being feeling, to feel like, finally getting back to feeling good. Which is the whole thing of the point of this whole video, finding a way to feeling good for this holiday season. And one of the things was sharing myself and being totally vulnerable, totally authentic about what's going on with me, what's going on inside with me. And the more I talk about it, the less power it had over me. So guys, thank you for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and drop a comment below, like how you're dealing with the depression. How are you? Like, drop a comment below, like how are you really dealing with your depression? Are you depressed? Like, do you need someone to talk to? Like, please let me know so I could be of service to you. Happy holidays.